is found outside, so I need to subtract the two arcs, but the problem is I don't have the right two arcs.
Oh, snap! You could figure it out.
I could figure it out. How, Patrick?
That'll have to equal 360.
Okay. So what's the missing arc measure?
4. 8.
The missing arc measure is 80 degrees.
So it's 40.
So angle 6 is equal to 40. Because 160 minus 80 is 80, and half of 80 is 40. Very good. All right. Now I have two lines crossing inside the circle, forming a 75-degree angle, and I'm missing one of the arcs.
So do we know the other angle is 75?
Set up an equation.
Okay, Jacob?
You double the angle and then subtract the arc.
Very good. Now let's talk about y. Okay? Because we know that the angle is equal to half of the two arcs added together. Right?
Right.
So we know that the two arcs added together is equal to twice the measure of the angle.
Yeah.
Right.
So if I simply double my angle,
And then you just have to subtract by the one that you know.
exactly.
Genius.
75 is half of those two. Well, what's 75 half of?
150.
150. So if 75 is half of 150, these two have to add up to 150.
Oh, x equals 50.
So x is 50. Good job.
Thank you. I nailed it.
You got it, Scott?
Oh, yes, I'm just writing it down.
Okay. Any questions on that?
Is that a hard time? He's going to get any harder?
All right.
He's going to get any harder?
Not really.
It's just that right there all this.
Okay.
You just pull there. Shh. And you do the opposite. Just add.
Now I double the angle, but instead of subtracting, I add. Because if the angle is half of the difference, then the difference is equal to twice the angle.
So answer 38.
So 30 is half of 60, right? So the difference between my two angles is equal to 60.
What? So it's 10?
No,
Range 2.
it's 130.
If you double the
What's
angle,
130
it's-
minus 70?
oh, it's outside, so you have to
Add. You do the opposite. Okay? 130 minus 70 is 60, and 60 divided by 2 is 30.
Wait, so 70 times 2.
Not 70 times 2, 30 times 2.
30 times 2 is 67.
Right. And 60 is the difference between these two things. So if 60 is what you get when you subtract 70 from something, what do you get when you add 60 and 70?
30.
All right, now in here, we're looking for the value of x, and we would need to know the other arc. But all we have is x. How would you find the other arc?
Subtract it from 130.
by 4.
The other arc is 360 minus x. Now here we're going to have to actually set up an equation and work on it. Darian, you need to stop drawing and start paying attention. If I double my angle, right, so 58 times 2, that's equal to the difference between 360 minus x
Minus x.
minus x. Correct? Okay, so 2 times 58 is,
116.
and this is 360 minus 2 x's.
Then you subtract 360.
If I put my 2x over here to make it plus,
Or you could do that.
and subtract 116 from 360,
244.
so x has a value of
122.
122.
Where'd you get 2x?
X minus
Because this arc is 360 minus x, So I've gotta take the measure of this arc and subtract that from it. So I have negative x minus x.
Oh, so you had 360 minus 2x.
So it's 360 minus 2x. So x has a value of 122. Josh, wake up. Okay? Does that make sense?
Sleep.
It's a basic relationship, and as long as you can establish the relationship, you can plug in whatever you know and find whatever you're missing. All right? Yes. Okay, now this is the proof for the theorem, where we said that the measure of angle 1 is equal to half the measure of the difference of arc AC and arc BD. Okay, now, this is how we're going to prove it. You don't have to prove it with me. I just want you to follow along. Okay. What is the measure of angle 3? Equal to?
2 plus
Oh,
1.
angle 2.
2 plus 1.
I don't want to go there yet.
Angle 2.
2 plus 1.
AC. Angle 2.
Arc AC.
2 plus 1.
It's equal to
Oh.
half
Never mind.
the measure of arc AC, right?
Yes.
Because angle 3 is an inscribed angle. What is the measure of angle 2 equal to?
3,
Half of BD.
angle 3,
No, it's not equal to angle 3.
the alternate into.
No, they're not.
Not parallel.
There's no parallel line. It's equal to half the measure of arc BD. Now we also know that angle 3 is equal to angle 2 plus angle 1 because why?
Triangle. Remote interior angle.
Exterior angle on a triangle is equal to the sum of the two remote interior angles. Now we're trying to get to where angle 1 equals something. So if I say angle 1 equals, and I subtract angle 2 from both sides, is this still an equivalent equation?
Yes.
Okay, my reason would be subtraction property of equality. You go!
That was like the beginning of the
Whoa.
I'm impressed.
Whoa.
All right. Shh. Now, through substitution, if angle 1 is equal to angle 3 minus angle 2, then it's equal to half of arc AC minus half of arc BD. And then through our reverse of distributive property, through factoring out a 1/2, we have what we were trying to prove. Okay?
Why can't we just know it?
Homework time.
Well, you can just know it. But we want to prove it so that I'm not just giving you information and you're saying Miss Allen said so, so it's true. I want you to see why it's true. Okay? All right. This is your homework assignment, and you are going to work on it in class. You have plenty of time to finish this assignment.
Can I move back?
No,
Why'd you move me in the beginning? You're an idiot.
because you disobey constantly.
It's like Will said.
You were about to.
I was trying to sit down. Okay. This is not trying to sit down.
I'm getting there.
Step back in my backpack. You can do it while you're sitting down.